Keep it tight, fellas. Keep it tight,
When he was like, what the fuck? I heard that.
Alright, I want to send a message to all my fans and supporters. I want to thank you guys. I hope you guys got some enjoyment out of the match tonight. Unfortunately, I was jumped, but as you guys saw, my 62-year-old dad and both my brothers came to my rescue. That's the way we were brought up, to fight for each other no matter what. We're outnumbered by like 12 Armenians, and they came out there running, fighting with me, fighting for me. So that's fucking love. That's how we were raised. To Arman, you're a little bitch. And by the way, if you guys watch the match, I'm the only one that got a takedown. He got pushed out and a couple penalty points. I'm still the champ, baby.
And hit a reversal here. Arman sprawls it though. Pushes him over at the end. Throws a punch on top of him. Knees him in the face. Holy shit! And Arman's team are swinging on this other guy's team. Arman's getting fucking pinned down.
Alright, fight fans. If you assumed the MMA world was simply reacting to a wrestling bout, think again. What unfolded wasn't just a technical grappling sequence breaking down. It was Arman Tsarukyan completely losing his composure and igniting an all-out melee that spiraled fast. This was no lighthearted showcase. Arman shot in for a takedown, then kept firing off ground strikes even after the whistle blew, and suddenly his whole corner rushed into the chaos. The energy was through the roof, and for a top-ranked UFC lightweight like Arman, the fallout could be enormous. This exact footage is the reason everyone can't stop talking about Raw F6.
He's getting pinned down on security right now. And this Poullas guy's back up on his feet. Arman's disgraced the entire event because he got taken down. Arman's crashing out.
That's where it escalates even further. Not only did Arman spark the post-match disorder, but he ended up being restrained and forced down by security personnel. For a high-caliber athlete like Arman Tsarukyan, a man used to battling elite opponents inside the octagon, being subdued and embarrassed in front of a crowd is a brutal hit to both pride and public perception. The commentators' remarks about Arman melting down sum up the disbelief and frustration fans are feeling. This goes beyond dropping a wrestling match. It's about a serious lapse in self-control that could derail his upward momentum.
Arman Tsarukyan gets taken down by a YouTuber and disgraces RAF, going for ground and pound after the bell.
The impact of this moment becomes even sharper when you consider the backdrop. Arman, viewed as a future UFC title contender, allegedly taken down by a YouTuber. Even if that simplifies Poullas' experience, it definitely intensifies the narrative. More importantly, striking after the bell is a major violation in any combat discipline. Honoring the stoppage is fundamental. This wasn't a split-second reaction with a single punch. It was sustained offense once the round had concluded, an intimidating display that highlights just how much frustration and competitive fury spilled over.
Arman ain't getting a title shot for 3 years. Arman punched the guy after the match. I know, I'm watching.
Let's break down the potential repercussions. This clip practically echoes what we imagine Dana White thinking. You're campaigning for a championship opportunity, then you throw punches after the contest ends and trigger a fight. That title talk might disappear for a long time. Dana's well-known, "I'm watching" stance on fighter behavior outside official bouts is very real. Arman has been steadily rising in a lightweight division loaded with elite talent. Conduct this reckless could easily land him in Dana's doghouse and push him way back in the championship race. At that tier, opportunities don't come twice.
Colby Covington was in the melee. Colby Covington was in there separate.
Just when it seems the story can't get stranger, Colby Covington's name enters the scene. Colby Chaos Sington, famous for controversy and constantly fanning flames, reportedly being there and even stepping in to separate people, is peak MMA madness. It sounds too outrageous to script. His presence adds another surreal layer of star-powered oddity to an already explosive situation, leaving fans wondering what kind of atmosphere he contributed, even if he was trying to calm things down. A truly unexpected cameo in this fight night frenzy.
Arman literally everywhere, always causing a ruckus everywhere, yeah.
Brief yet powerful takeaway says it plainly. Arman Tsarukyan has long carried the label of being hot-tempered. We've witnessed flashes of that fire in competition, but what happened at Raw F6 reinforces that his intense drive can cross into outright impulsiveness beyond regulated combat. For someone chasing the very top of the sport, keeping that volatility in check is essential. There's a difference between being ferocious inside the cage and repeatedly finding yourself at the center of controversies that harm your professional standing and potentially. The detailed account of Arman wildly throwing strikes on the canvas before getting steamrolled by a security guard creates a striking image of how quickly things intensified and how abruptly they were stopped. This wasn't some calm pull-apart. It was a decisive and physical halt to Arman's outburst. It shows that even elite fighters can be overpowered when blindsided by a bigger, committed individual, especially someone intent on restraining rather than competing. The sheer force used by the guard demonstrates how urgently staff viewed the danger, ultimately compelling Arman to abandon the assault.
Damn, he was proper swinging on him as well on the ground, and he just got fucking bulldozed by a security guy. Chat, low-key, that's what I would have done to Arman. But here's the thing, chat.
Here's a perspective that perfectly reflects the MMA community's occasionally skewed sense of entertainment. Comparing a chaotic wrestling showcase-turned fight to a full UFC card and claiming the chaos was more captivating. While that may sound like a brutal critique of the UFC Mexico event, it emphasizes how gripping the unscripted madness at Raw F6 truly was. Disorder on this scale, even if troubling, commands attention and sparks debate in ways that sometimes even official bouts fail to achieve. It's a strange acknowledgement of just how outrageous the Arman Tsarukyan episode became.
Left off some stream after y'all's match, true. This was a more entertaining than UFC Mexico. It was.
This analyst zeroes in on the gravest possible consequence, Arman potentially losing his fighting license. This goes far beyond pushing back a championship opportunity. It threatens his livelihood in the sport altogether. Some fans might celebrate the boldness and label him iconic for the spectacle, but striking after the bell, particularly when an opponent isn't prepared, is widely condemned across combat disciplines. Athletic commissions do not overlook such infractions. It's a sobering reminder that rule compliance and composure are mandatory for professionals, no matter how gifted they are. The commentator's tone perfectly echoes what many viewers felt watching it unfold. Witnessing a world-class competitor like Arman Tsarukyan, celebrated for his power and grappling dominance, not merely restrained but forcefully flattened by security, is a sobering sight. It underscores how unpredictable live events can be and proves that in total disorder, even the most dangerous athletes can be neutralized through surprise and strength. This sequence will likely remain a lasting symbol of Arman's breakdown in discipline. Comes another stunning development that complicates everything further. The very guard tasked with keeping peace is allegedly seen striking Georgio Poullas. This goes beyond separating fighters, its direct involvement. It muddles accountability and raises doubts about who escalated what in this spiraling turmoil. Serious concerns emerge about staff professionalism and preparation. If security members are trading blows, it reveals just how uncontrollable the Raw F6 scene had become. A punch thrown at Poullas to secure a takedown, what exactly is happening? This footage adds even stronger proof of the guard's participation. It wasn't accidental contact, he throws a punch to set up the takedown on Poullas. That's not de-escalation, that's engagement. The commentator's stunned reaction, "What is going on?" captures the confusion filling the venue. It portrays complete mayhem, where even those meant to restore order became contributors to the disorder, amplifying the sense of chaos that defined this aftermath. Final remark sums it all up. The blunt observation that everyone seemed eager for a chance to hit someone lands heavily. It implies this wasn't fueled by a long-standing rivalry or personal vendetta. It was pure, unchecked aggression, and a moment where emotions exploded without restraint. The absence of a clear underlying feud makes the sudden eruption even more disturbing. At that point, it no longer resembled a structured sporting event. It turned into